All right, howdy and welcome back. Figured I'd do a quick kind of update fleet video of what I've got going on right now. After the E30 was just added to the fray. What I've really decided though is I need to sell the 960 wagon to kind of make some space and raise some funds to kind of work on some of the other projects I have going on. This has been a great car. It's a really low mileage car. There's a bunch of videos on it if you are interested. Great, I think Arctic white or something color, 136,000 miles. But it's just kind of time for me to, let this one go. I don't really drive it all that much. The plan with it was going to make it into a safari car probably, or to take the place of the V50, but the V50 it's just way too practical. It's way too original. And it just makes more sense with the dog barrier and stuff in it for my needs right now. But this thing's great. I mean, the idea was I was probably going to try to lift it, put some big tires on it. Not too crazy or anything like that, but kind of keep it tasteful and take it out to my buddy's farm where we did the cheap car challenge. With those videos are available on the channel as well if you want to scroll back and check out what we did with some of the old Volvo wagons. But that opportunity is kind of waning as that property might eventually be up for sale. So, I don't need that potential anymore. So if you're interested, the ads on Craigslist, or shoot me a message or drop me in the DMs or whatever. I give some information on it if you're looking for a Volvo wagon. I've had a lot of people ask me for Volvo wagons recently. A lot of younger parents that looking for a first car for a kid. They want something interesting, boxy, safe, reliable, and these things check the boxes. And they used to be really easy to find, and they're just not anymore. So I've done the front brakes, rotors, pads, fluid lines. They're kind of shot when I got the car. It's got good tires, runs great, heat AC. It will need front struts. It's really bouncy. Again, not the end of the world, but all Volvos have big, heavy front ends, and yeah, it's like a Crown Vic. It's gonna need struts. So that's only a couple hours of labor and probably $250 worth of parts. So not really the end of the world, but it's super low mileage. You don't find these 960s that much. Or any Volvo wagon for that reason. So, yeah, again, fun car, but I don't need two wagons. So let's go around back and I'll show you what else we've got going on with the rest of the fleet. Oh man, check out this barn find 911. Oh wait, no, this is my 911. Yeah, so no, I haven't driven this for a while. It's been freezing. It's just been in here under the cover on trickle charger in the garage for a while. Just, make sure it's protected. I mean, the road's been kind of really salty, so I haven't driven a lot of cars that I want to stay off keep out the salty conditions, and my hose is frozen up right now, so that really prevents me from doing a lot of the work that I like to do as far as cleaning and keeping things in good condition. So these things don't like to sit. I kind of feel bad that it's been here so long, but if you can't tell, my girlfriend's been refinishing some furniture, so that's really taking up a lot of my garage space. That's a whole nother topic. But she's pretty excited about that. And I don't have a garage anymore, so that kind of sucks. So yeah, let's move on to, look, here's one of her pieces. Interesting. So let's move on to what I have going on out here. So the E36, it's, again, I drove it around all last night. It's doing great. It's like a normal car. Everything functions. It's, the purpose with this car is not for another quick car. It's just a great example of a usable, very original machine. It's not an M3, but it really is a great car. So I'm still super impressed. So I got the rotary buffer out, and I took out some of those light scratches that were all kind of over here. Again, nothing major, if you can tell. I mean, this paint is immaculate. It's absolutely great. Is that fading? No, that's not even fading. That's just salt for me driving around yesterday. So that's so cool of how good the paint is. I mean, it needs to be washed, it needs to be detailed, but just a quick buffing, just the light scratches, I'm still super impressed. Still got that little scratch there. Really got to get in and do a deep clean on the wheels. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these though, but the tires are great. I mean, it still handles great, so I'm not super worried about it. What else? Oh yeah, I took out, I didn't mess around with this too much. Still kind of scratched there, but it's really hard to notice. Not really worth diving into all that much. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need, still gonna need that fog light. So if anyone's selling one, let me know. I defogged the headlights, so it makes it look a lot better. Gonna need to grab a quick Amazon or eBay badge. to take care of that. Again, easy stuff, guy. I mean, if that's all I have to do for a 20-year-old BMW that I just bought sight unseen, then I'm way ahead. Also, clean the interior out. Looks much better. Keeping these for sure. A lot of people think they're gross. I don't care. They're very period with the car. Actually, a little bit late period. Not really a late 90s thing to have sheepskin, but yeah, no. Vacuumed it out, wiped it down. Looks great. And I wasn't afraid it wasn't going to turn out super clean. I mean, again, you saw it a couple days ago. Still super clean. Looks a little better now. Starts right up. No, still no issues. So that's E36. Snowcat. So Snowcat has been, man, this thing's pissed me off the past couple days. It's been doing some jag things where the battery died and I couldn't use the key to get into the trunk. It was either frozen or it was just a really hard turn. So I was locked out of this thing. And of course, the battery jumper was in the trunk. So I was kind of shit out of luck for the last couple of days. That was kind of sat up in the street for a while. But I got it started, got the trunk open, put it on trickle charger. We're gonna let it charge back up. I might have left it on lock. Sometimes that messes with it. But, when I did start it, though, the restricted performance light wasn't on anymore. So I had driven it around with the restricted performance on, which I saw on a video that actually helps. It teaches the computer. It kind of lets it reset itself. Maybe even the battery dying for that distance helped it reset itself. But we'll see. Once I start it back up, if that light stays off, that's a good thing. It's a step in the right direction for this thing. But again, I still haven't detailed or done anything to this besides drive it. So it's been fun. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with it yet still, but as long as it's starting and running, it's not costing me a whole lot of money, then I'm not too mad about it. All right, the 300D, nothing much to say on this one. Again, the road's been salty, so I haven't been driving all that much. If you saw in the cold start video, the battery died the other day. That's just for me not driving it. It doesn't really have a drain or anything, but it's just still an old car. So, this thing, man, I love this car. I don't know why, but just because how original and good condition it is, it's definitely one I'm really excited to hold on to. And a lot of people want to buy it off me, but I'm going to keep it. I don't have any immediate plans for it, besides just driving it once the roads clear up. And doing some small things, cleaning up the interior a little bit, but still a great car. I want to take a road trip in it somewhere, just because I haven't really taken it on a long distance yet. But I should probably get it up on a lift and really get it looked at and checked over before I do anything crazy like that. But no issues so far, obviously. I mean, this thing's great. As far as everything else, Range Rover front goes, the 89 is still at the shop. They're still trying to bleed the brakes correctly. Has a pretty soft brake pedal after the recent brake work, and so a ball joint. So unfortunately, I haven't had any Range Rover content recently. The 88's been down with the shock mounts, with the rusted out shock mounts that need to be replaced. So we ordered those from Rovers North, the galvanized kits. So we'll probably be getting those installed next time we get a chance. We've got a race coming up at VIR, doing a champ car race with the 944 and the Jetta, which I haven't done much content on, but I'll probably start that up next week so you guys can see what it takes to go racing. It's been pretty interesting. We've done it for a couple of years. Cars have had the engines out for rebuilds recently. So again, race car content doesn't do very well, but I'm going to do a quick series on that. If anyone's interested, feel free to follow along. The truck's up there. It's got some furniture in it. I fixed the temp gauge that wasn't reading correctly. It's just a loose wire, amazingly. So I've got temperature back, and that's really about it. Again, I'm selling the 960 so I can raise some funds to work on the 97 manual Discovery that I haven't done a whole lot of content on. So that's going to be the big summer project. But again, I have to kind of thin the herd out so I can really focus on things a little bit better. I've kind of been out of control, buying whatever I see, and I'm really out of fun money. So that's how life goes. You got to thin the herd every once in a while. So I really appreciate the following, guys. I've really kind of boosted up the numbers recently. Trying to get 1,000 followers still the next couple months. I'm doing great. I love the comments and feedback. So feel free to keep it up and subscribe if you want to see some more interesting content. My taste in cars is all over the place, but I try to keep it consistent. and at least consistently interesting. I'll be doing a walk around, a drive of a 300 TD wagon W123 that my buddy has to kind of feed off the Magnus Walker wave of, I'm not sure why he thinks that a 300 TD is a new up and coming thing. I feel like those things have been awesome forever, and there hasn't never been a generation that didn't appreciate it, but we're gonna run through one that has 500,000 miles to see what they really look like. So that's what's coming up next. So if you like it, feel free to subscribe and check out the rest of the channel. Right, Frank? Frank. All right.